Hello, good morning, and welcome to another engaging episode of The Conversation here on TOS Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network. And of course, I'm bringing you the show from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. My name is Ade Suwalsi. The 2023 presidential election has been, on the lips of everyone, especially, the news that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged the APC flag bearer for, the position in 2023. Nigerians clearly know who they're going to be, having at the polls come election day. Atiku for the PDP, Tinubu for the APC, Peter Obi for the Labour Party, and Robbie Kwankwaso for the NNPP. So today on the show, we're going to be weighing Nigerians' options at the polls in 2023. And to join me in having that conversation via the telephone is Felix Adetowubo. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's such a pleasure to have you. Now let's go straight into it. What do you think about the options that we have for presidency in 2023? All the full names, the major runners for that position in 2023. What do you think about that lineup?
Thank you. The contest, the primary contest across board has been interesting. Many permutations didn't come true, and we have seen, what we're able to get at the end of the day.
Yeah.
This is how it works. There is nothing we can do about it. Even if you don't like the face of a candidate, you don't have the power to vote for anybody you have in mind. Except you belong to a party. And if you belong to that political party, you have to also be selected as a delegate, to be able to pick somebody, and that's what we saw, in the last few days. And more disappointments coming up because, like ADC had theirs yesterday, and we're thinking that Kingsley Moghalu will be, clinching that, but it's sad that he could not. And this lady. The youngest among them, that lady Okunu,
yes,
for LDP, she lost out yesterday to another person, So it seems like it's going to be a very long walk for the Nigerian youths to be able to clinch that coveted position, the highest position in the land. So, but with what is going on, I am a person who believes that power should be rotated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what I believe as a person. Even in Switzerland, Switzerland has 7 regions, and they make sure that they rotate, their presidency.
Okay.
And we can, if we truly want to build a nation, we should make sure that everybody is included. So it should be a kind of inclusive system of government that we are practicing. That so when it goes to a particular place in a particular term or terms, then it should go to the other side. And I was not really happy, even with the emergence of Atiku. I was not too happy because I feel that, the eastern part of Nigeria should have been the ones now that should fill that position, and then we'll now find a way so everybody will now pick among whoever they feel, according to their conscience, come 2023.
Okay, great.
But going back to the north, to me, it's not what it doesn't really make sense to me. And for APC to have come up with what they did, I think they've done the right thing. They saw the mistake of the PDP, and they came up. They pushed it to the south, and the south again. I feel that it should have gone to a region that has not been in charge before, and that is since we started our democracy, or since we returned to democracy in 1999, which is the eastern part of the country. So to me, I really am not really happy fully with what's going on now. We are saying that young people should come on board, but we are seeing older people now coming up. They don't want to leave the space, and it's quite unfortunate.
Great. I was actually going to, bring that up. You actually mentioned 2 things, but first do you think that the lineup that we have is actually the best that we could have had, especially at the time where we're clamoring for change in, economic development and all of that, looking to just get out from the nosedive that Nigeria is seeming to be, delving into? Do you think that's the best that we could have had?
Absolutely not. Nigeria has the records of the worst ruling the best of us. And this one too is coming to fray at the end of the day. People that have corruption allegations in their head and to prove one or two things, they are still the ones that are coming back. You understand? One even said, "It's his own turn. Is it turn by turn Nigerian PLC we are running, or we are running a country? A country that we can call our own. It's quite disheartening with what we are having right now, and something that we need to also notice that. You see, we may clamor for the South, especially the Southeast. We may clamor for them till tomorrow that no, it should be their turn. But if there is no cohesiveness, there is no how you can get to your destination. And if you look at, I was on a radio program last week, and I discussed something like this, and I took people back to history. You see, since 1960, the northern part of the country has been the one directing who is going to be the president who will sit on that throne, since 1960. If you go down, from 1960 straight to 1963, then 2000, 1990, 79, 80, 1983, 84, all those, it has always been the will of the northern people. And if it's not a northerner that is there, they will be the one to sanction any southerner that will be there. So that's what played out in 1999 when Obasanjo came on board. Obasanjo was not the southerners' favorite, and that's why he didn't get much votes. Even in his local government, he lost out. Even in his ward, he lost out. But because the military, they needed somebody who would keep their secrets, who will have that touch of a military that will not open them up to most of their atrocities that they've caused in this country. So they put him there. They made sure that he's there. Although they said it's to compensate the Yoruba people, for the loss of Abiola. So there is no cohesiveness in the southern part. Look at what's happening to Mogalu. Mogalu, no cohesiveness. Look at what happened to what's going on now in Labour Party. Yeah. Is it now that somebody, even from the same Igbo extraction, claiming that is the factional president, factional presidential candidate? It doesn't make sense. We all know that Obi stands tall among all cuts across the all the political parties. We know that this guy is just the one, but because of turn by turn, Nigeria PLC that we've turned our government to, so that's why we're having all this. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Do you think that the East does not really understand the power play that is, Nigerian politics at this point? Like, they don't really know. There's something the North knows that maybe the other regions of Nigeria doesn't know just yet. Do you think that?
Well, that's why we are still where we are. If this is how we conduct our election, if this is how we get our leaders, where old men and they are the ones that will be in charge of our political space, and the younger ones have no say at all. That shows that that tells us the reason why we are in this precarious situation that we are in. So I feel that the country should have done more to making sure that we have credible people to run our political space. Look at what happened during PDP. Even the APC, we are reading that some of these candidates gave out money like as high as $50,000 to each candidate. At 25,000 to each candidate, and so on and so forth. It doesn't make sense. Just think about that and see that these people, they don't care. They have the money, they've stashed the money, and at the end of the day, they buy their way. So most of the people we see in leadership today is that they buy their way. And the problem we are facing in Nigeria is that we don't have leaders. We have politicians instead of leaders, and that is what is killing us. And I don't know how we're going to get it right. When you listen to some of them, you know that they don't really have anything to offer. I'm telling you, I was ashamed listening to some of these people during APC campaign convention. When the aspirants were coming. In fact, a particular one just came up to tell us his family history. Who cares? Who cares about that? telling us how the mom got married to somebody, left the person, this, who cares about all those things? And that is the position we found ourselves, and it's quite unfortunate where we are, I must tell you.
Great. Unfortunately, that's the time that we have on the show this morning, but thank you for joining me and sharing your thoughts with me on the conversation this morning.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for staying with me on the conversation this morning. Do not forget that you can join the conversation across our social media platforms. It's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It's TOS TV Network as well. And stream our website, www.tostvnetwork.com, for news, stories, and happenings from across the world. Thank you again. My name is Adesua. See you. Please join me again tomorrow.